Eve revealed that Stevie J and Diddy didn't just shape her career, they also brought personal and professional complications that nearly destroyed her life. But how did their involvement take such a damaging turn? Stevie J and Diddy are two of the biggest names in the music industry, especially in the world of hip-hop. They've been known for their roles in shaping careers, creating hits, and building stars. Yet, when it comes to Eve, a talented rapper who made waves in the late 90s and early 2000s, these two men had an impact that wasn't just about her career. Their influence spilled over into her personal life, causing chaos that Eve claims left lasting scars. But what really happened between Eve, Stevie J, and Diddy, and how did things go so wrong? Eve's rise in the music industry didn't happen overnight. Born in Philadelphia as Eve Jihan Jeffers, she started her rap career at a young age, going by the name Eve of Destruction. Back then, she had a fire in her that couldn't be missed. It did not take long for her talent to catch the attention of the Rough Riders crew, a well-known group in the hip-hop scene. Joining them gave her the exposure she needed, and before long, her debut album, Let There Be Eve, Rough Riders' First Lady, was a massive hit. It was a huge deal because she became the first female rapper to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. Her success with Rough Riders was only part of the story. Behind the scenes, there were key figures helping her out, including Stevie J and Diddy. Their involvement in her career, while beneficial at times, would eventually play a role in some of the darkest periods of her life. Let's start with Stevie J. Known for producing some of the biggest hits in the 90s, Stevie J had already made a name for himself in the industry by working with artists like the notorious B.I.G., Mariah Carey, and of course, Diddy. His ability to produce hit after hit made him a key player in shaping the sound of the hip-hop and R&B scene during that time. A professional relationship with someone of his stature seemed like a dream come true for any artist, especially someone as talented as Eve. Stevie J had the experience, the connections, and the skill to help her career reach new heights. But as we know, things didn't stay strictly professional, and that's where the problems began. But things quickly shifted from business to something personal. Eve and Stevie J became romantically involved, and as it turned out, this relationship would soon become toxic. Their connection blurred the lines between personal and professional life, which can be a tricky thing to manage, especially in the music industry. Eve was trying to focus on her career, but their relationship created more problems than solutions. Now, while Stevie G's role in Eve's life was largely personal, Diddy wasn't just a producer or mentor, he was a powerful force in the industry. As the founder of Bad Boy Records, he had shaped the careers of huge artists like the notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Lil' Kim. His influence could make or break someone's career, and for a time, Eve was part of that orbit. Diddy had recognized Eve's talent early on and helped open doors for her in the music world. But Diddy was well known for being very hands-on, and sometimes that control became overbearing. Many artists under his label have expressed frustration over feeling restricted creatively, and Eve's situation wasn't much different. While Diddy's involvement initially seemed like a good thing, it eventually became something she needed to escape in order to grow as an artist. What about her relationships with both Stevie G and Diddy? Well, it wasn't just about the music. The influence these men had over her extended beyond the studio, leading to a time in Eve's life where she felt trapped. By the early 2000s, Eve began to see the toxicity in these relationships. She started to pull back and realize that to truly thrive, she needed to take back control of her life, both personally and professionally. Eve's experience isn't unique when you consider the broader issues women face in the music industry. Many female artists have found themselves caught in something similar, where the powerful men around them control not just their careers but also their lives. The music industry has long been dominated by men, and for women, especially in the world of hip-hop, navigating these waters can be treacherous. The turning point for Eve came when she began looking outside the music industry for new opportunities. In 2002, she took on a role in the movie Barbershop, which was a big success. This marked a new chapter for her, proving she wasn't just a rapper, she was a versatile entertainer. Moving into acting allowed her to distance herself from from the negative influences in her life, and she started gaining more control over how she was perceived. Hollywood gave her the chance to redefine herself on her own terms. This independence wasn't just about music. Eve branched out into other ventures, including launching a fashion line and eventually becoming a co-host on the daytime talk show The Talk. These new opportunities allowed her to take control of her finances and her image, something she hadn't been able to fully do while under the influence of figures like Stevie J and Diddy. She was no longer just a rapper, she was a businesswoman, an actor, and a TV personality, someone who had rebuilt her career from the ground up. Eve's story echoes the experiences of other women in the industry, like Faith Evans and Lil' Kim, who also dealt with Diddy's controlling nature. Lil' Kim, for example, has been open about the struggles she faced while working with Diddy at Bad Boy Records. She talked about how her artistic vision was often pushed aside to fit Diddy's idea of what she should be. It's a familiar story, women in the industry finding themselves in situations where they have to fight for their own voice, amid powerful men dictating their careers. What happened with Eve and Stevie J is another piece of this puzzle. When personal and professional relationships mix, especially in an industry as tough as music, it can often lead to messy, damaging situations. For Eve, the fallout from her relationship with Stevie J wasn't just emotional, it also had real consequences for her career. So, how did Eve rebuild? She made a conscious decision to distance herself from the chaos of her past and focus on the future. Her marriage to Maximilian Cooper, a British entrepreneur, marked a new chapter in her life. She found stability, both personally and professionally, something that had been missing during her years entangled with Stevie J and Diddy. This shift allowed her to thrive, showing that sometimes stepping away from toxic relationships and environments is the only way to truly grow. Eve's journey is an inspiring one, especially for women in industries where power dynamics are often unbalanced. Her ability to break free from the men who once held sway over her life and career shows just how strong and resilient she is. It wasn't an easy road, but she came out on the other side, proving that no matter how tough the circumstances are, it's possible to rebuild and succeed on your own terms. Stevie J and Diddy may have had their hand in her rise, but they also contributed to some of the hardest moments in her life. Yet, Eve's story is one of triumph. She took back her life, rebuilt her career, and is now a powerful voice for women who refuse to be defined by the men around them. And guess what? She did it her way. Do you think Stevie J and Diddy played a role in Eve's success, or did their actions cause more harm than good? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.